Brought to you by Penguin.
Cunning Women by Elizabeth Lee, read by Taj Atwal. An unfamiliar pain. Lancashire, 1620. Annie sleeps curled up on the bed we share, wet thumb fallen from her mouth. I kneel, calling and shaking her. She frowns and mutters. "Wake up," I say. She pushes me off and turns her back. "Get up. Time to search." Her eyes open and she sits forward, clutching my arm. "Has he come?" "We rang the bell, didn't we? And the ash is untouched." She looks to see that the thin ring around the bed shows no trace of his hoofprint. "I'm safe then," she says, lying back down. "No." I pull her to her feet. Have to know she's free for another day. Too late for me. I'm doomed to a future I cannot escape, but she may yet be saved. She's so scrawny I could carry her with one hand. Ignoring her complaints, I drag her over to the weak light of the slit in the wall, standing in the narrow space between our mat and Mam's, and begin the daily ritual. I pull the clothes over her head and she stands, naked and shivering, as I search every part of her skin. I start with her side, where my mark lies, the rounded shape of his mouth berry red. Her side is clear, white goose pimpled skin stretched tight over jagged bone. I lift and turn her arms, spread her fingers to inspect the flesh between them, look behind her knees and on the underside of each foot. The flea bites she has picked are rough, but the mark I pray I will never find will be flat and dark. A stain that no washing can remove, though God knows I have tried. As she bows her head, I hold her hair and search the back of her neck. She is not his yet. I pull her into my arms and cradle her. Nout. Let out my breath at last. Every day I begin by reassuring her. Every day I begin with foreboding. She springs from her mat through the doorway to John's empty one and back, clapping her grimy hands. "He doesn't want me." She smiles, wipes her nose and licks off the slime trail it leaves. I laugh and pull the clothes on over her head before she skips away into the other room to stand in the spilled ashes from the fire and take what warmth she may. Mam has risen from bed, blanket pulled around her as she stands in the doorway. "No visit?" she asks, words sliding through the gaps in her teeth. I shake my head. "He'll come. None of your tricks can stop him." She glances at her familiar. A hare. Harmless to us, but a willing carrier of curses, she says. It appears only to her. But we know its presence, by her whispered words of love and plans of ruin. "We know it, do we not, Dew Springer?" I stare, trying to see its footprints in the ash or glimpse it shifting around her feet. Nothing. Squeezing past John's mat and the table to reach the fire, she waves Annie away and pokes the lifeless ashes, dust rising and coating the mould on the wall. The blanket falls from her shoulders, showing the ridge of her backbone and her own mark. "Firewood," she says. I'll go to the shore, fetch some driftwood, perhaps find some clams. "Help me wipe her first." I dip a rag into the bucket and Mam catches Annie before she can run. She cries out and struggles as I scrub her dirty face and hands, but hasn't the strength to escape. We gave her the last of the bread 2 days ago. "Dolts!" she shouts, fists clenched and teeth bared. Mam and I try to control our laughter at her angry face, damp hair sprouting out. Gormless. The door bangs against the wall and we stare at John as he stands with legs apart, hands behind his back and elbows out, trying to bulk his thin frame. "You'll never guess what I got," he says. "A bird," Annie says. "A spadger, a little brown one." John rolls his eyes. "Why would I bring a bird, squirrel?" "Be more use than you," I say. Annie wipes her nose on her sleeve and shrugs. "No matter, the spadger's in the woods. I'll get me own." "No, get..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?